Good morning, Leo. This is Kimberly. I am gardenwitchtarot@gmail.com. And for those of you who have seen my videos before, thank you for watching again. I was gone for several months, but I am back. And I'm going to be here to stay. So we are reading for Leo, you lovely Leo, Lion Leo, Leo the Lion. Beautiful fire sign for April of 2018. So let's see what we have. I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. I absolutely love this deck. So let's see what we have for Leo for April. This is a general reading, so we're going to see what comes out. If this video does not apply to you, please move on to a different video. There are 7 billion people in the world, and I think it's ironic and hilarious and hateful and ugly all at the same time when I see people saying, oh, well, this doesn't apply to me at all, like, you don't know what you're doing. Well, you know, with 7 billion people in the world, not everything's going to apply to everybody. But for those of you who this will apply to, you'll know who you are. And for those of you who don't, you probably know who you are too. Okay, so I feel like I'm about ready. I'm going to read for Leo for the month of April 2018. And we have the King of Cups jumping out. So something is going on with maybe for some of you a Scorpio, or somebody, this could represent you. We'll figure that out in a little bit. Maybe. For some of you, it's you, and some of you may be feeling like you may be interested in somebody. You may really, really be in love with somebody. That somebody may be a Scorpio. Or it could just be those feelings of love. For some of you, it could be that you're channeling the King of Cups and are really feeling like, you know, emotionally together. But we'll find out what this. He came up right side up. So let's keep. What do we got for Leo for April? And the Empress. Okay, so far we've got the King of Cups along with the Empress. For some of you, this does mean that there's love and perhaps even a pregnancy somewhere in your lives. The Emperor is the card of Aries, and sometimes the Empress, some people see that as a female Aries. Some of you could have a Scorpio in your moon and rising, or like I said, you're just feeling very in love either with an Aries female or a woman who is fertile and pregnant, and you know you're feeling like the king of your castle, and you have your lady love with you, and things are going great. Or those are the two significant players in the reading. What have we got for Leo for April of 2018? Okay, look, I'm ready. And now we've got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse as a significator for our reading. The Page of Pentacles is like the offer of a new adventure, like something permanent, and the Pentacles are an earth sign. They also have to do with finances. So you could be at a crossroads, and with this guy in reverse, you really could feel like maybe you don't know your way. You see he's got a map on the ground in this particular deck, which I love, but he's laid out a map on the ground and he's like flipping a coin. So there's obviously like some sort of choice, something new on the horizon, and he's got a choice to make, and he's kind of like weighing up like which way do I go in this scenario. So some of you may have some financial decisions coming about, or like with your career, there may be some options that are available to you. And let's see. Okay. So let's get this guy back up here. Okay, Leo, Leo, Leo. What have we got? Okay. So the situation, or this could signify you, or the situation that you're in, is the Five of Wands in reverse. So there's some sort of conflict that is going on, something that, with this in reverse, either you know that the conflict there is, like this bickering or this inability to not be able to work with others, or you may have some conflict going on in your career at work, but you know it's just petty, or it's coming to an end with this in reverse. So I don't think, or maybe you need to hear that this is petty, because covering this, crossing this, or covering it is the Ten of Swords in the upright. So there has been some sort of betrayal here, um, perhaps in your work or in your communication. The way you communicate, you feel like there's been a betrayal of some sort. You've been stabbed in the back, and either you realize, you know what, like that situation is not as important as I thought it was, or maybe you need to hear, like, hey, choose your battles. Things happen sometimes that are very disappointing with people that we care about, and sometimes you have to let those things go because at the end of the day they're not as important as they seem maybe at the time, or you may need to just put that relationship in perspective. You know, when things go wrong at work, especially, like it can feel bad to have to be around coworkers that you don't get along with, or you feel like target you or don't like you. It can be very, very stressful. But at the end of the day, I go to work for a paycheck. I don't go to work to make friends. And do I want people at work to like me? Of course I do. I'm human. But if people don't like me, I don't go home and lose sleep over it either. Okay? Um, so it could be there is some sort of situation where you have felt like there's been a betrayal, and either you need to hear that, hey, that's not as big of a deal, or this betrayal is something that is coming to a conclusion, or the scenario related to it is coming to a conclusion. And it could be, looking now, why we've got the King of Cups and the Empress here, is that this has to do with a relationship, because this is at the foundation. So there has been some bickering, a conflict, miscommunications. You've felt betrayed, but you need to hear that this is not as important as you think. Or maybe you misunderstood, or maybe somebody keeps trying to tell you, hey, that's not how I meant something, or whatever, and you need to listen to that person because that may be true. So at the foundation of this situation is the Lover's card. So it could be that you're dealing with a Gemini also, instead of instead of a Scorpio, or it could just be, the lovers are here, and that's why this is so important. It could be that that's why you feel betrayed, because you really, really care about that person. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, and I had to do this just the other day, like, um, if this situation were reversed, would I react this poorly? Or if the situation was reversed and somebody else reacted negatively to me saying whatever, would I feel the same way? Or would I be like, oh, no, like, no, that wasn't a big deal, and you would want people to listen to you? To those of you that this is supposed to make sense to, it's making sense to you. And there has been, in the recent past, there's been this betrayal, with the Three of Swords here. This could be an infidelity. It could just be a jealousy. It could be there is something that you feel like was kept in secret and you feel betrayed. And I just keep getting that this is like a misunderstanding. Okay? This is a misunderstanding. and it's causing you to really doubt like the path that you're on. Like, do you need to take a different path or make a different choice? But that's kind of like your train of thought, because this conflict is really, really bothering you. You feel really betrayed. Um, you feel like somebody wasn't faithful to you. Maybe not in the sense of physically or whatever, but maybe you feel like somebody should have had your back in a situation and you feel like they didn't, or something to that nature. Overseeing this whole situation is the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this person that you love, you could it could be that you're not working well together. Um, it could be that you are coworkers. Maybe you're married to or involved with somebody that you work with, and this is affecting your work. Or it could be that this started out as a misunderstanding at work, and then it's trickled down into your private life outside of work with that same person. Or it could just be that it's really distracted you from your work. Um, or the work of this relationship um, that you're building, and it looks like the two of you are here together. You're both overseeing this situation. This is like you came out like, I'm in love and I want to see what's happening, and then the other person came out too and said, oh, whoa, wait, if you're gonna watch over this little scenario play out, then I'm gonna watch it too and have the say so also. But anyway, we've got this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So something is not working out, and it has to do with work itself, or your trade, or maybe you're planning on doing something. This Page of Pentacles, maybe you're planning on starting a business with the person that you love, and this misunderstanding where you feel betrayed. And this, I think, happened recently. It's affecting like you moving forward with your plans. But in the immediate future is the Sun card. And so this is a major arcana card. It's also, not always, but since the Leo is the sun, since you're ruled by the sun, I always, even though the card of Leo is actually the strength card, I often associate the major arcana card of the sun with the Leo, since you're ruled by the sun. And I think this is a great card. This means that, and you'll see here in this picture, there's these witches, the maid, mother, and crone, the maiden, the mother, and the crone, all rejoicing here together and dancing in a field of sunflowers. And this is about imparting knowledge in a circular sense, that in the way that the mother teaches the child, but then the child may end up teaching the grandmother who taught the mother, and maybe the mother teaches the grandmother, and sometimes we learn things watching younger people as we do older people. And so this shows like coming to enlightenment, sharing that knowledge, passing that knowledge, and also gaining knowledge from knowledge doesn't just flow downward, it flows upward as well. And this is a card that I often associate with Leo. So I think this is a beautiful card in your immediate future. So I think there's going to be some clarification in this situation, some things coming to light. And I think maybe these perspective things, and seeing things from a different perspective, and understanding, how would you respond on the other end of the situation? Or is it possible that if you said A, B, C, D, E, it could be that somebody said to you A, B, C, D, E, and you heard D, B, C, A, G, and because of your filters. And it could be that you need to ask yourself, if I said those same things, is it possible that I meant something else? Could it be that whatever message this miscommunication that you're having that isn't as important as you think it is, isn't as significant as you think it is, as far as detrimental or whatever. Could it be that your feelings of betrayal are a misunderstanding? Could it be that, and maybe this person's already come to you and said, you know what, I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was da 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 da. And you may be like, no, 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 you didn't. No way you didn't. Well, give them a chance and give yourself a chance to honestly reflect on what happened and say, you know what, if I had said that, could it be possible that somebody would misunderstand me? Or is it possible that I did misunderstand this situation from the get-go? And maybe that will help you resolve and clarify the situation, because these are like two really good healthy cards overseeing the situation that just jumped out of the deck. And I know that you're really, really considering your options at this point. So how you're seeing yourself is the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is, look, you're focused so much on the things, these three cups that are empty or whatever right in front of you, that you miss the offer that's at the door. There's something you're not seeing. This is kind of the self-pity card, okay? So, you're looking at these three cups and you're like, they're not what I want. They're not what I want. But this little witch, he's come through the door and he's like, look, I have the cup that you want. And you're like, yeah, get out of here. These aren't the cups that I want. And he's like, but look at this one. No, get out of here. These three aren't the cups I want. And you're not even looking over here. Does this ring a bell, anybody, Leo? And then how other people are seeing you is the Chariot. This is another major arcana card. People are seeing you kind of as a loose cannon here. And somebody knows that you're at the precipice of this big decision. Here's the signposts here. Here's the signposts here. Are you going this way or that way? And somebody knows that you're there. That's where you are emotionally. That's what's in your environment. I think that's how people are seeing you right now, Leo. They know you're getting ready to make a decision, and I just feel like and I feel like this is a very specific reading, so I feel like it's not going to apply to a lot of people out there. I think this is maybe for one or two people, and I'm not sure who you are. Hope you let me know, because this is all very specific, okay? But whoever it is you're dealing with, they know that you're weighing your options right now, and I feel like they've told you, listen, you've got it all wrong, you're blowing this out of proportion, this isn't, but you're like, tragic death, oh my God, worst betrayal ever, even though somebody's telling you, listen, I didn't mean it that way, or it wasn't that big of a deal. And in your hopes and fears, you've got the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is like waiting for the ships to come in. Like you're waiting for something to happen, but it's not like a proactive stance. I think you're hoping that the answers will come to you. I think you're trying, like your knee-jerk reaction is to, okay, I need to make a decision one way or the other. It's black or white. I'm either in it or I'm out of it. But I think you're hoping to buy more time. You're waiting for some clarity. And the good thing here is the end of the scenario is the Knight of Cups. So there is an offer coming back of love. So either that person has been there and waiting for you to decide that you're satisfied with your waiting period, and they're going to be right there. Or this means that you need to go, Leo, and kindly apologize for your part, or maybe your misunderstanding, or if this is the opposite situation where somebody's misunderstanding you, maybe they'll come to you, or maybe you still need to go and make one final apology, or plea for love and say, you know what, you're right. You don't have to apologize, maybe even like, you're right, I misunderstood. Things got twisted off. This has gone way out of hand, and we truly love each other. We're this beautiful, like rock star couple or whatever, and let's get on with it. But the only thing I can tell you, Leo, is uh, I know that you have felt really hugely betrayed here, and you need to make sure that you go through all of this in your brain and through the steps of how this works in order for you to get to the place where you can really forgive and forget and move on. Because when you have a disagreement with somebody, that it's terrible to keep bringing it up and bringing it up and bringing it up. And this is something that you feel seriously betrayed about. I don't think you should, for whatever reason. To those of you who this applies to, I don't think you should, and I think the other person in the scenario has been telling you all along, I don't understand why you feel so betrayed. I didn't do it, or I didn't mean anything by it, or I just said this. I didn't know it was going to hurt your feelings so bad. And this is, like I said, this is a reading for this isn't for all Leos for sure, because this is a pretty specific scenario. But that's what's going on with you, Leo. Forgive and forget. There is love in this situation. And I think it's powerful and meaningful, and I think that's something worth also thinking about. So we're going to do an oracle card really quick, and I think this one's going to be it for you, Leo, and it is the 29th. This is the Oracle of E by Pam Grout and Colette Baron Reed. It's a great little oracle. It comes with a book, which I'm going to read out of, and this is called Got an Owie. Already, I can tell that this ties in with this reading. Hope you can hear Bob Marley singing in the distance, because despite what appears to be a physical blip right now, every little thing's going to be all right. This is a time of sweet, sweet healing, a time of renewal. That's that sun there, the healing and the renewal, the clarity. Take a step back, put your feet up, and soak in the restorative power of the universe. Okay? I don't mean to be harsh, but stop feeling sorry for yourself, Leo, and go and do your part to make this situation better too. Okay? So again, this is for a very specific few of you, but you can email me. I'm going to be taking private readings on a very limited basis, but you can email me at gardenwitchtarot@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, and I'll see you soon.